So we finally have another homemade TCG pack opening video today, and today we are looking at Astronomica TCG and Runiverse TCG. Now Astronomica TCG is on Ether Games. If you're looking for them on YouTube, I'll put the link in the description below, as well as Runiverse TCG. I'll be putting the link in the video description below, so make sure to check them out. So let's just dive straight in. Okay, so I'm going to put the package in there so we can see that it's Runiverse, and just look at this lovely background. You know, I finally own some Runiverse TCG cards, so that's really exciting. The symbols are really cool. It's nice and colourful, unlike my own TCG. We like to do a lot of dark colours, very dark and dingy, you know. I think we're just going through a phase. But okay, let's reveal the first card. So we've got Weedmote. Let's take a look at Weedmote now. So Runiverse TCG cards do a first person perspective. That's quite good. So he's saying, this is what I do. So when I'm evoked by a mage with a slime focus, create a swarming bug token and it joins my mage. Now I like this style of writing, and it's because you don't see it too often, but it gives each card a little bit of an individual personality. Okay, and our next card is Dig Beetles. So check out that guy, right? Only like a 1 cost in the top there. So Trig Burrowing. When I'm attacked, no damage is dealt. Task me, and I can't be attacked as long as I'm tasked this way. Now, it does take me a moment to get my head wrapped around this form of writing as well, because usually when you're hearing me or you and things like that, you are thinking of yourself. You're not thinking of the creature speaking. So once you've played the game a few times, it'll just be second nature. But normally, when you're used to a different style TCG, this can get a little bit confusing. So now we've got Gargoyle Imp. You know, we've got consistent backgrounds here. So backgrounds based on the elements as well. This is a good way of cutting down time when you're actually making your own TCG. If you just use consistent backgrounds for like creature types or creature elements, it just means that the focus is more on the creature or monster or alien or mythology, whatever you're making for your TCG. But yes, I quite like that little blue fella. He's got a bit of character to him. He's got a nice little action pose going. Action poses are always nice. Oh, we've got another Weedmote, so we're already getting duplicates at this point. That's surprising. I can't remember on the GameCrafter. I thought there was a way to... I know we do get duplicates in ours, but it's a duplicate when you switch over to rarity. This feels too soon to be getting that, because I'm assuming that this is the rarity down here. So 1 dot's common, 2 dots uncommon, perhaps. Just so far, the way the game is laid out with this, everything is running at second nature, so I feel this is the cost, this is the rarity. Obviously the effect in first person is nice. You've got the flavor text. There's nothing here that you need to be explained to about. Everything is very straightforward, which is fantastic for new players coming into your game. They'll take to it very quickly. So now we've got, oh, this fella. Now, I always love this fella. He's one of the flagship creatures on front of one of the covers, and straight away we can tell he's a little bit stronger because we've got that higher cost associated with him. So Tervarine Terror, that's a cool design. I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad that I picked one up. And also we can see that he's a little bit rarer as well, so that's very nice. Next we've got Law Lurker. Now that's got like a nice little alliteration to it. Law Lurker. So act, study, task me to draw a card. And then the rest is flavor text. Now I haven't really read any of the flavor text, so I'm going to read this one because I'm not going to go through every card in such great detail. But we'll take a look at some if they pique my curiosity. When a slime manifests with enough intelligence to be curious about the world around it, the normally violent temperament of the breed becomes seclusion and reservation instead. That's interesting. It's nice to have a little bit of flavor text on things. In Shard TCG, we put some flavor text in the website itself. If you want to deep dive into the site, you can uncover little stories and things like that within it. On the cards themselves like this, we keep that purely for the stats. So now we've got Beetle. Now this art seems a little bit different compared to the others, is it? because it's got broader lines. And if you're comparing with this fella, he's quite detailed. I'm not sure with Runiverse whether they have a couple of different artists or not, but this one looks just slightly too different, if you know what I mean. Growth Spurt. Now that's just a load of green just into the thing, but you can still tell like it's got kind of like this explosion zigzagginess around it. So you know, you're portraying that growth spurt. Creature gets L+2 this turn. If growth spurt was evoked by a mage with growth focus, put on L+1 counter on the creature. That's something that I'd have to read up the rules about. Sometimes I think it's good to dive into these TCGs a little bit blind just to see how beginner friendly they are, see how much you can interpret without knowing any of the rules. Like some of the cards you feel like you can interpret a little bit better. Like with this one, when I'm attacked, no damage is dealt. Task me and I can't be attacked as long as I'm tasked this way. So I'm assuming task is like some form of like tapping. So if I haven't been shown the rules and somebody says task me, I would go, okay, is that tasking you? Is that how I work it? You know, that's just based off what I know with TCGs. I would assume to just essentially tap it, suspend it, exhaust it, whatever word you like to use to just turn it sideways. Okay, and next up we've got Verdrak Adolescent. Well, that art is just beautiful. Look at that. Verdrak Adolescent. Once again, it looks like a different style. It's more refined. It's more refined than the refined ones, I would say. I know I keep going back and forth through these cards, but I mean, I like this one. It's quite refined, but he just seems like next level. Slightly next level, but next level still. I don't know. Maybe I'm just appreciating it more. Maybe I'm not sure. What do you guys think at home? But yes, I absolutely love this art here. So his little fluffy grass friend, you know, he's great. Now, I tell you what. Right, so I just got this box, and in this box we actually have lots and lots of card sleeves. So because I like this guy so much, I'm going to sleeve him up. Now, because the grass, I guess we can go with the green card sleeves. Probably not a very good idea showing you them on my green screen because it's just going to come out invisible. So there, we've got some green card sleeves there. There we go. Let's keep him safe. I like him. He's my new favorite one. Sorry, Turavine. I mean, I can green you up as well. Let's add some green to you. Now, just so people know, I get these card sleeves off Temu. It's quite cool. You get them quite cheap. I'll put a link in the description below because I find that when I go to like my local game stores and if you're buying them on Amazon, they tend to be quite expensive, but you can bulk buy like a whole load of like good cheap card sleeves. And if you're like me and you like to get like a lot of trading cards, you want lots and lots of card sleeves. So you just get a big old box and just make sure you got a good range of colors, and then you're all ready for when you're going and getting your own homemade TCGs. Hey. Okay, next up is Egg of Burgeoning Vitality. So I was making sure that I was reading burgeoning all right, because I was like, is it bludgeoning? Then we've got Creeper Shard. Creeper, well, you know, this is Shard TCG. We do like things with shards in them. So Creeper Shard. Act, lower, task me and pay 1 to create a swarming bug token, and it joins my mage. Well, I know somebody who likes swarming effects in their card games, so I'm going to definitely show them this one. The Creeper Shard, though, I'm guessing with all this colour and everything, it's quite a rare one, because it looks like it's just got 2 dots, but it's got a shiny to it as well. So I'm guessing that's the 3rd dot, but they've made it a little bit extra special. Or is that just the background of this shine and I'm just interpreting it? So it might actually just be 2 dots. Because why would they make that 3rd dot lower down? That's something I would look into, because if I'm able to misinterpret it, it means other people are able to misinterpret it. So you gotta be a little bit careful with that. But besides that, the art is really cool, you know, very colourful. Okay, and then we've got War Bomb. Okay. It's nice, good, simple design that tells you what it needs to do. I love the simplicity of some designs. Some things just get over-designed, over-complicated, but look at this, right? It's just like a nice waving magical potion. Okay, we've got Speed Form. Well, that's a cute little fellow, isn't it? Look at that. So, okay, trigger Drive. When I join, untask me. Okay, so I'm guessing when they come out, maybe they're tasked or they're already like pre-tasked, so then you can untask them. So I suppose it's like a form of rush where you can just get them out, untask them, and then go straight for an attack, perhaps. So I'm starting to decipher a bit here. I could be completely wrong, but this is my interpretation. Okay, insect cloud. This one I like. Let's look for repetitive silhouettes here. So what have we got? What have we got? Because I think them two are the same. But this is something I do when I make my art as well. I put the repetitive ones, but then I try to like skew and warp the images just to try to make them a little bit different. You make sure you mirror some, you change the sizes, and then you dot them about. Okay, and next up we've got the verdant turf. Oh, well, we've got a few cool little grass dudes. I might have to get more of this set. This is quite good. I was looking to buy more Homemade TCG cards as well. So if anybody have any ideas for Homemade TCGs they'd like me to take a look at, put them in the description below so, you can point me in the right direction. We've got Scorpio. Oh, well, I do like scorpions because I like crabs as well. And I like things with like natural armor. So insects, scorpions. I mean, scorpions are insects. Oh, no, they're arachnids, aren't they, technically? Yeah, it's a funny thing with scorpions, yeah, because they've got 8 legs. So insects, scorpions, crabs, all that stuff, those types of monsters are always really cool looking to me. We've got Wild Call. Oh, now that's a nice one. That one looks like it's supposed to be shiny, doesn't it? I feel like if there's a shiny version of this one out here, it exists, Like, definitely, you can just tell. That one would look very nice. Just give it that little shine where the blue's coming through. Beautiful. And then Mantis Recluse. So we got the flagship monster. That's cool there. Mantis Recluse. Okay, so let's take a look. Ong. Death Boundless. So, does that mean ongoing? Is that just a perpetual effect, like a passive effect? It could be. Trig Drive Relentless. Okay, so we've got to learn a few keywords, but that's all right. That's okay. And then Ong Reclusive. I cost 1 more for each creature all your mages have. So the more you have out, the more it actually costs to get out, I guess. So that's a little bit of a challenge. Sounds like he's good for early game when you're not as established, and then harder late game. But maybe you can't get him out early game because he's got a high cost. I'm not sure. Like, it's just interesting just seeing the interpretation. But I'm glad I've got that one as well. I'll tell you what, I am going to sleeve that one up with my cheapy Temu sleeves here. Okay, so that is Runiverse TCG. There we go. I've got my favorite ones all sleeved up. I'll put them at the top. Let's see that little fella again. He's awesome. And then we're going to put this over here and we're going to move on to Astronomica TCG. So this is the Elysium Expedition. We've got 18 cards in the pack. Let's do the tear. Let's see how well we actually do with the tear. Oh, not very well. And I've just hurt my thumb because I just stuck a pin in it the other day. There it is. Ow. That just hurt quite a bit. So not up to a good start, Astronomica. I'm not impressed. You hurt my thumb. The background of the Astronomica TCG, I would say, is probably closer to Shaw. We've got the darker colours, we've got the purples. So this I'm already starting to relate to a bit more. It's nice to have the bright coloured changes to the side there. I quite like that. But let's take a look at Astronomica TCG now. So first up, we've got Banner of War. Did I do a Banner of War? I've got Tribal Banner. And what's the other one again? It's Banner... It's not Banner of War. I'll probably pop it up on the screen. I don't remember the name. Units you control gain +1 attack. Nice, simple, straightforward card. We can understand that without knowing anything else about the rule of the game. Of course, when we're looking at the card design as well, it's nice to have a little bit of a texture background here. You got to be careful because it can start to blend with the writing, but you can clearly read this writing, so we don't really have to worry about that. You just have to be a bit hesitant when you design your own TCG not to do a too heavily textured background with like high contrast. Now we've got a couple of little hanging symbols here. I wonder as we go through if we can figure out exactly what those symbols actually mean. It looks a little bit like Vegeta's armor in Dragon Ball Z, so I wonder if there was a little bit of an influence there, you know? It's good to be influenced by things, you know? Psychic Storm. So we're seeing a similar armor but with a different color scheme now. So maybe it's just the color scheme that tricked me and the armor is a little bit more unique. So let's also have a look at Android Superior. Well, who is she? She is a strange looking lass. So let's bring it up. So obviously we've got the creature type there as well. So we've got Android. Under Android units on the field gain +1 attack. Nice and straightforward. We can understand that. We can interpret that without even needing to look at the rules. We could see that there's 2 steel tokens here. So this isn't just symbolizing the element or anything like that. This is obviously some sort of resource cost. That would tell me. Okay, and next up we've got Tartus. So this is a planet, obviously, isn't it? Population 9. So I'm guessing, do we put planets out to actually bring out a higher population, perhaps? A mining colony on the outskirts of active galaxy. Few who come here ever get to leave. So I wonder, my guess is the planets maybe produce this resource as well. Is that how the game works? So you put this down and now you have access to these resources? That would be quite interesting, because I was looking at doing a TCG with planets. And I was going to do planets as a resource, but I never thought of doing something like that if that is how Astronomica actually do their TCG. Now we've got Helen Assassin. So with both booster packs, we have managed to get the flagship creatures out. So that's pretty cool. So we've got the flagship creature for that. We've got the flagship creature for that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So these must be some good pack pulls. Pack pulls. It's hard to say. So yeah. So what's like the funky like wings in the background? Well, like obviously some sort of like demonic creature. When this unit is played, you may discard a Tartus Council unit in your hand. If you do, you may destroy up to 2 units on the field with less attack than the discarded unit. And a little spelling mistake there. Less attack than the discarded unit. It should be than the discarded unit. But, you know, you can still interpret that. And I'm not saying that Shard has never done this, as well as being some that have been pointed out like a year or 2 after, and you went, oh my god, how have we made that mistake, and how has it been left unchecked for that long? So these things do happen. That's fair enough. Rune World Protector, he's interesting. It's interesting design with like these face things as well. I mean, humanoid faces are pretty hard to design, so if you can come up with something like this that is aesthetically pleasing and easier to draw, go for it. Because, you know, usually with TCG creators, you are one person, and if you are one person, you don't have time to dive into such elaborate things. You know, you kind of need a few little corner cuts, and this type of thing works out very nicely. Not saying that they did it as a design plan to cut corners, but that is at least a side effect of doing so, which means that you can help develop the game in other aspects. Okay, and then we've got Fang Crest Strategist. Now he's like a little like dragonkin thing, or like Draken. Oh, Draken's a good name for a race. I do like that. So he's the Draken. Then we've got Precinct Drone Master. Now this has yellow writing, and the other one, the Helen Assassin, had yellow writing. So I'm guessing that symbolizes the rarity down here, which is rare. We've got common, we've got rare. So there we go. So we've picked up another rare card. That's pretty good. So we've got humans in this universe as well. When this unit is played, you may play 1 android, drone, or robot unit in your discard pile on a planet you control, ignoring resources. If this unit is removed from the field, destroy that unit. Okay, interesting. And Nanobot Injection. This one I quite like. I like just the little yellow nanobots with the red background. Obviously the red background symbolizing being inside a body, I think, because these look a little bit like red blood cells. and gain 2 life. Yeah, I would definitely say these are red blood cells. So we can fix him. We have the technology. That's obviously a very old reference to like the Bionic Mans and stuff like that. It's a $1 Million Man or something where they change there's somebody gets in an accident and they like change like the legs and they can run fast. And you're looking at it now, it has not aged well, but it's nice to see such an old reference. I think that's like 70s or 80s or something like that. Now, Servant of War, we have another Draken. Is this the start of our Draken deck? Can we start collecting more? Can we build up the Drakens? He defends his god to his dying breath. Okay, so he's quite a religious one, maybe like a little bit of like a religious zealot type race, perhaps. This is what I'm getting from the flavor text, just with a little hints. Now, we've got Siren Belt Mercenary. Now, the Siren Belt Mercenary. When this unit battles a unit from another faction, it gains 2 attack. Once again, a nice cool action pose. We're not just T-posing. We're not just standing there doing nothing. She's pointing at something. There's a little bit of urgency there. The sword on the back seems a little bit on the small side, though, Like, I want a big, cool sword, Maybe this next card is a big, cool sword that we can give her. No, but it's still big and cool. Check out that mechanical monstrosity. Hell yeah. Oh, well, is this what we're going to get from androids, Because I'll build an android deck. Screw the Drakens. Actually, you know what? I am going to put it in one of my GP Temu sleeves. Now, what color am I going to do for this? I guess they're kind of purple themed, aren't they? So I'm going to get my purple sleeves out. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I know it's not a rare, but it's the one I like. And when it comes to TCGs, you have to listen to the people who say, I like that one. I'll probably sleeve up the rares and stuff after the video as well. But for now, we're going to put a nice little sleeve in the mechanical monstrosity. So next up, we've got Cyclonian Foresight. So these are symbols that we've seen throughout the game as well, like on the people's faces and such as well. There's one. So there, I'm paying attention. Oh, no, wait, it's that one, isn't it? Oh, no, it is that one. Right, well, those two are very similar. I can get them two mixed up. Right, so look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Add 1 card to your hand and place the other card at the bottom of your deck. Okay, so we've got a little bit of searching power now. Fragmented Memory. Okay, let's take a read into this. I'm curious. This one could be a good shiny. You've already got like the sparkles in the back. And make a shiny version of this one, please, and I'll buy it. Just to see it like glisten. So we'll bring it up here. We'll get the light on it. Hang on, let me move my light. I've got my big strip light here. Oh, I'm gonna mess with the light, and then we can just be dancing about with that. That'll look lovely. Right, let me get that one away. Oh, I bet everything looks dark now in comparison. I've just messed up the whole video. You're welcome. So Elven Warp Gate. Okay, that one's cool. Why don't I do something like this? I haven't done anything where you've got the portal and you can actually see through the portal. Or have I? I don't know. Done so many cards. There's about 400 shard TCG cards. I can't keep up with what we've got even these days. It's a bit embarrassing, really. So what is it going to be? We've got Babel. Oh, and it's just it's a full art card. Oh, I quite like that. So it's just like the full art, and you've got the resources on the side there. That's quite cool. That's a nice way to finish it. You know what? That one gets a sleeve. That one, it gets a sleeve. And of course, like I say, I'm going to sleeve up the rare ones as well after the video. So I hope people have enjoyed the Astronomica and, hang on, let me bring them over, the Runiverse TCG. I think these have been some fun packs to open. Like I say, if you want to see me open some other packs, just put in the comment section below what you would recommend me to go and buy. I feel like buying another batch. I want to do it and buy a few more shard packs. Do that shard video again with Richard where we do the shard counting game. That was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen that, I would really recommend it. Check out the link. I'll put it in the top corner right now or whatever. But yeah, make sure to check that out, because it was such a fun video. It didn't get that many views, but I don't care. I'm doing another one because it was so much fun. Probably the funnest pack opening video I'd ever done. But yes, thank you for checking out this video, and thank you very much for making it to the end. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.